guys, what's up? This is Taylor,
Hi.
I call her my sister, she's not really my sister. She's gonna take some Instagram pictures, so don't mind her. But today's video, oh shoot, I gotta not do that, it's gonna fall again. It's following my last two videos. Also, I do have hair, it's just my hair. Anyway, so I'm gonna tell you guys all about the lessons that I've learned having a brother, because I have an older brother. And sometimes we don't get along, but 9 times out of 10 we do, right?
Right.
Yeah, she knows firsthand. She's seen it. So the first lesson I learned having a brother was patience. Because, yeah. Another lesson I learned having a brother is how to stand up for myself. Because, you know, it's like, well, yeah, he does it for me. I have to learn to do it myself. And that is something that I learned having a brother. I also learned that it is sometimes okay to depend on people, because people depend on you as well. How to be loyal. Also, having a dog has taught me that, because if you cheat on your dog gets mad at you. But, what?
Don't ignore it.
They just got another dog, and it scratched my face. He was jealous because I was petting my other dog. Anyway, I learned that I will never have to hire a moving service as long as my brother's around. Because he will probably move things for me if I pay him enough. Or if I feed him enough.
Yeah, I gotta feed him.
Or if I like gave him money and food.
Oh yeah, he'll do it.
Oh yeah. Oh yes. I also learned that it's okay to just goof off sometimes. You don't have to take every moment in seriousness. Like, my brother and I, we can throw jokes back and forth, but we can also be like super serious and have those like serious talks. You will always have at least one supporter, because even if you make a dumb decision, he will be there for you. So, that's a plus. I learned how to be competitive. I also learned that if I don't eat my food, he will eat it for me.
Mm-hmm.
I learned honesty. I told you it would happen, I just didn't know when. I learned, having a brother, I've learned honesty, and I feel like I've learned honesty more having a brother than I would in any other point in life, just because, you know, like, you have to be, like, they know when you're lying. Your parents might not, but your siblings do. I've also learned that it's okay to not act like a lady all the time, because I am a female, my brother is not. Sometimes it's okay to not act like a lady. We have a bond that no matter what will never be broken, because why would it be? If you don't need something, he will. I said that. If you want to use the bathroom, you have to wake up early, because he takes forever in the bathroom. I thought I took a long time. No, he does. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. He takes forever. I don't even know what he does in there. I don't want to know what he... Probably, or he's sleeping in the toilet or something.
It's Facebook.
He'll always be there if something goes wrong. Like, earlier in the year, in April, I got a concussion. He wanted to be there, but he wasn't. I learned respect. I also learned responsibility having a dog, but mostly having a brother, because you got to cook, and you got to do his dishes, and his laundry, and that teaches you how to do those things. I think I learned, this is going to sound weird, but having a brother, I learned how to, like, live my life to the fullest, because, like, especially in my adult years, I've, you know, come to realize that, you know, having a set schedule is great, but also sometimes going off schedule and doing something that you like to do is even better, because who else is going to be there to do it for you? Your brother. Well, not for you, but with you. Your brother will be. Or your sister, if you have sisters. I learned passion because it's another person you have to care for, and while you don't want to, you are, and that's amazing. No matter what you fight about, he will always be there for you, and I said that before, but I'm gonna say it again. You can fight over freaking cookies, and then the next week, if you need something, he will be there for you. We've done that before, actually. There were some Oreos. I wanted them. He ate them. I got mad. Some bad words were said. We made up. You learn, having an older brother especially, you learn what not to do that'll get you in trouble. Because then you don't do it, so you don't get in trouble for it. I've learned a lot about self-confidence having an older brother, and I think that's because he always used to say that, you know, no matter what anyone says, I'll always think you're pretty. And like that definitely helped, especially as a young child. So it taught me a lot of self-confidence. I learned how not to hit like a girl, because I'm a girl. I learned how not to hit like one. He always taught me to follow through with what I'm passionate about, which is why if you go back and you look at my older videos, I took like a really long break from making videos because I didn't know if I would be passionate enough. But my brother wrote a book. He's written what, 3, 4? 3, yeah. Like if he can do that, I can do this. I'm passionate about this, and that's what I learned.
Go girl.
What?
You go, girl.
That's what I've learned having a brother. So I've learned also you don't always have the same perceptions and understandings of things. So basically you understand things differently, but it's the same concept. Like I'll just think of it one way and he'll think of it in a different way. And that I think is something that, you know, you explain your side and he'll explain his side, and you know, then you kind of understand both sides of it, because you may not always understand everything the same way. No space is personal space, because he's gonna sit on the couch and he's gonna man spread, and you're gonna sit down and he's gonna be in your space. You're either gonna sit on him or you're not. And if you don't sit on him, his leg will be touching you. So you do not get personal space. Just because they didn't invite you to something doesn't mean they don't love you. So like if it's family dinner and I'm not invited, that doesn't mean they don't love me. It just means they didn't want me at family dinner. Probably because I eat a lot, I talk too much, I don't know. Anything can bring you happiness. Like my dog, he's laying down here on the floor. He brings me a lot of happiness, and I'm so happy I get to see him. And like my brother had a little stuffed duck. That brought him a lot of happiness. I learned to take care of what I own. I've learned that everything that I own has to be taken care of. If I don't take care of it, then it's either gonna expire or it's gonna like get really dirty, and you don't want that. I need to burp. Excuse me. I learned to always put my family first, because, you know, while you have friends, they're not always going to be there for you when you need them, but having your family will always be, like, you will always have your family. No matter how many times we argue about whose cookies they were, or whose dog it is, or what we're doing that day, you will always have your family. I learned that sometimes life is going to push you back, but you just have to keep pushing forward. You know, like you can't tell yourself because life pushed you away from that, you can't do it. Because you can do it, you just have to believe that you can't do it. I learned that it's okay to laugh at yourself sometimes. You know, I laugh at my own jokes sometimes. Like that one. Like, you guys want to hear a really bad joke? What do you call a person who builds dog houses? A barkitect. Because an architect builds houses. I learned how to be myself. And I think that's one thing that a lot of people don't grasp. So, like, having a brother, I learned how to be myself, you know, because my brother and I, like, yeah, while we're related, we don't always go about things the same way. Okay, you don't have to say I love you to mean I love you. Like, sometimes we tell each other to stay safe. We tell each other to don't do anything stupid. And that is, like, our own kind of way of telling each other we love each other. You know, because it's like, don't do anything stupid. Like, that, I think he told me that when I left for college, didn't he?
Probably.
Don't do anything stupid. That just means he loves me. But you don't have to say I love you to mean I love you. And another thing I've learned having an older brother is that you can't take life too seriously. Like, yes, you have those serious moments, but if you take every single second of every single day of your life seriously, you're not going to have any fun. I like to eat cake. If I took my life seriously, I wouldn't get to eat cake. So, I can cook anything, and he will sample it, no matter how gross it's gonna be, because he is my brother, and that is what brothers do. So, like, literally, I could cook probably, like, mushroom ravioli, and if I didn't tell him it had mushrooms in it, he'd probably eat it. He will sample everything I cook, no matter how gross it is. Even if I tell him I hate him, I know he'll still have my back. Like, I could tell him I hate him, and then 2 days later, I need him to beat someone up for me, and he will do that. Because no matter how much I say I hate him, he's still my brother. Humility. I definitely learned humility, and I learned how to be humble, because I am a very serious person, and my brother is the farthest thing from that. He is not, like, he can be serious, but he has times where he is, but I'm, like, super serious, like, all the time. And I don't like to make jokes. I mean, I do, but, like, I feel like I always do it at the wrong time. But my brother, he is not a very serious person, so he's making jokes all the time, and I learned how to be, like, humble from that, and I've learned that, you know, if you take life too seriously, like I do sometimes, you miss out on a lot of important parts and a lot of important things and a lot of important people. So, yeah. And I've learned, and I want to make sure he gets this, just because he's older does not make him smarter. But, just because I'm younger, that does not make me smarter either. So I'm not saying either of us is super smart, but I'm not saying either of us is super stupid either. We balance each other out well. I learned how to be encouraging, and I think that comes back to when he was writing his book. You know, I encouraged him to write his book. Like, I think he got stuck writing a part of it, and I was just like, well, you can write it. It's okay. It'll come to you. Like, you have to be encouraging for him to encourage me, and he does sometimes. I don't really know what he says that's encouraging, but he does. I learned how to be bold, and when I say bold, I don't mean just, like, out there. I mean, like, I stand up for what I believe in, and I show people that, like, it's okay to have different beliefs, but this is what I believe. So, even as an adult, kids' games can be fun. We play Monopoly. Well, we used to play Monopoly all the time. I can't say we do all the time now, because we always end up losing the money or the pieces. Right?
Yeah.
Mostly because of me. Mostly because of me. But it's still fun. Or like drunk party games. If you can convince your sober brother to play drunk party games with you, your life is amazing. I think I got him to, like, one time. Like, he tried, and he fell, and it was pretty funny. He taught me how to love. And I think that's the most important thing, because it's a love that will always, 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 always be there. You know, even when we're like 80 and in wheelchairs, we'll probably be chasing each other around, because that's what we do. But I think, you know, learning to love and loving my brother, at first, you know, I was a baby. I didn't understand what love meant. But now that I get it, it's like, oh, okay. So I learned that. And I think that's really important to learn. I think another thing that my brother taught me how to do was to challenge my limits, because I used to limit myself all the time, especially in like high school. I used to limit myself all of the time because I was afraid of things. But my brother has taught me to challenge those limits, and if something scares me, then that's good, and then I should probably try to do it. Because if it's gonna scare me, that's great. Because if it scares you, I don't know where I'm going with this speech. Where am I going with this, Taylor?
Well, and what she's trying to say is go for the stuff that scares you the most, because you'll have the best outcome of it.
Yeah.
Not always, but most of the time.
That's what I was trying to say. Do that. Do what she
You're
said.
welcome.
I learned to share even when I don't want to, and like, even if I don't want to share something, he's my brother. If he needs it more than I do, he can have it. Or if I'm eating a snack and he wants my snack, I'll give him half my snack. He ain't getting my whole snack, but he can have half my snack. I've learned teamwork. Teamwork works. You know, obviously, like, if I'm moving and I pay him enough, like, I'm still gonna help me move. But, like, you know, you have to work as a team, because, yeah. I've also learned forgiveness, because, you know, we've made each other mad. We've made each other cry. That's what we do as siblings. Honestly, that is what we do. But we've always learned to forgive each other. I think one thing I've taught my brother is how to talk to strangers. Because, like, I don't believe in strangers. I believe that everyone can be your friend if they want to be. Which I probably shouldn't talk to strangers, but I did when I was a kid, and I still do. So that's what I taught him. He taught me to do things that scare me. And I mentioned that once, and I'm mentioning it again because it's on my list. But if you do something that scares you, you'll have a good life, because you can say you conquered a fear. Like, I have a fear of horses and airplanes and people with bad grammar. I don't know why, but I do. Another thing that we've learned is that our mom and dad are definitely cooler than we are, because, you know, they grew up in a time when life was different. You know, now we have so many social stereotypes, and we have a lot of stereotypes, and a lot of, like, girls can't do this, guys can't do this, people can't be this or this, and it makes no difference. But, like, our parents didn't grow up like that. My mom probably might have smoked weed in college, and I just don't know about it. So, like, when I have kids, I'm gonna be that cool mom. I hope. I don't know if I want to have kids. I'll be the fun aunt that babysits all the time. That'll be me. And another thing my brother taught me, and the very last thing my brother taught me, is that the baby is always the favorite. Because I am the baby, and while I'm not saying my mom and dad don't love him, they love me just a little bit more.
I'm spoiled in his family, so
What?
I'm spoiled in your family.
Guys. Oh my goodness. I love my mom, I love my dad, I love my brother, I love Taylor, and my dog who's down here licking himself. If you can hear that, I am so sorry. Because I did not realize that he was going to, but he did. So, that's life for you. But those are all of the things that I have learned having a brother. So, I want to know, do you guys have siblings? You have siblings, don't you?
Yes. I have 2 older sisters.
What did they teach you? What is one thing they taught you that I didn't mention?
Well,
They didn't teach her anything about makeup, that's for sure.
Well, actually, when I was born, they were in high school, and when I got old enough, they had moved out. So
They still could have taught you about it.
they weren't really into makeup.
I am. So,
So she's teaching me all about makeup, by the way.
yes, I am. I'm playing the older baby sister.
She does a very good job, by the way. Just so you know.
That is everything that I've learned. But I want to know if you guys have siblings, and I want you to tell me one thing that your siblings have taught you. I don't care if you have a brother, or a sister, or a goldfish, or a cat, or a dog. If it has legs and it breathes, it's your sibling. Right, bud? Right, buddy? You can't see him, and he's going to growl at me if I try to pick him up, but I want to know what your sibling taught you, and I want to know what you taught your sibling, or something that I might have left off my list that my brother might have taught me that I just forgot. So I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye! Are you going to say bye?
Bye.